I saw something interesting on Twitter just now. They were talking about how everything's become hot take culture when it comes to watching media. Probably because during the social media space, and that includes YouTube, but also like Twitter, Facebook. I wouldn't know about Facebook. I'm not on there. So maybe if there's people that don't have any social media and they're not on YouTube, maybe they consume media in a different way. But like this has been, I've kind of noticed this myself. They were talking about how it's not escapism anymore. It's all, is it good or is it bad? You have a hot take, is it good or bad? Rank it. What's the best episode? What's the best season? And I've talked about this before. I don't really enjoy ranking things, and it's been a hard transition for me because I used to. A couple years ago, before I started doing reactions, I was ranking everything. Every time a new Star Wars movie would come out, I'd go straight to the message board and talk about this is now my new order of all the Star Wars movies, and I would rank the best seasons of Lost, and whatever, man, like the Star Trek movies. Everything's about ranking everything. I enjoyed it. It was fun. There was no bile or hatred about it. There was you know it was just something I enjoyed, and I just am not in a headspace anymore. Doing reactions has changed the way I consume media, but for me, it's changed it in the other direction. Like I now it is escapism for me. I enjoy there are movies I would never have watched and probably would not have liked before I did reactions. Like I was never going to watch Quentin Tarantino movies. I was never going to watch. Let me see. What was that football movie? Any Given Sunday. I probably wouldn't have watched that. I don't really like football movies. They're all terrible. Um, I'm sure there's others. A lot of the movies I've been made to watch. Probably the what's the one with Russell Crowe and he's a commander of a ship, Master and Commander. I wouldn't have enjoyed these movies. I didn't want to see them. That's why I haven't seen the movies I haven't seen. There's a reason why I haven't seen them because I didn't want to watch them. I didn't think I'd like them. And I honestly can tell you I have not seen a movie I hated, actively hated, at least in a year and a half, maybe 2 years. When I first started my reaction channel, I had a category DNF, did not finish, and that was going to be a regular thing. Every Friday, I would show you the first 5 or 10 minutes of something, and I stopped watching it because I didn't like it. And I haven't done that in 2 years now. I stopped. Like it's not even a category anymore. I don't even know if I posted many of those. It was going to be a weekly thing. Every week, every Friday, there'd be a DNF of something I was doing. I DNF'd. What's the Psycho? What's that called? The TV series about Psycho, about the Psycho guy. I can't remember what it's called. I DNF'd that. That was one of my DNFs. I only got about 20 minutes into it. It was awful. I wonder how I'd feel about that now. My point in all this is, if you put something in front of me, I throw myself into it and I enjoy it unironically with no artifice. I'm not pretending to like shit. I'm in it for the journey. Now, there's shit I've enjoyed more than others. Willow was wonderful. Suicide Squad, for instance, okay, it was okay. I enjoyed it, but that's not going to stay with me. But some of these are really going to stay with me. So it's like, but none of them do I hate. And I mean, there were movies I hated before, and so I think it's like kind of rewired my brain. In a way, like I mentioned this a few months ago in some reaction somewhere. That I think I rewired my brain. If you do something for long enough, you rewire the way your brain works, right? And I'm in the process of doing this. Like there's just nothing I hate anymore. I throw myself in, I enjoy the journey, and when it's over with, then at that point it's like, I will in some of these I will point out writing mistakes or logical errors. I'm still aware of those, so I'm not like rose-colored glasses with this shit. But like, there's nothing I actively hate, and that's just not the way I consume media in the past. So it's weird. It's like as the world trends more towards love-hate, and it's not who gives a shit about the journey. It's the conclusion you either love or you hate it. It's a decision gate. It's like it's a one or a zero. If you know computer programming, it's a one or a zero. That's it. There's nothing in between one and zero. When you're programming in machine language, there's nothing between one and zero. There's no nuance. The gate's either open or it's closed. It's on or it's off. It's one or zero. Period. There is no 0.5. And so that's the way it is with a lot of people where With me, like I'm enjoying the journey of all these things, right? So for me, it's all decimal places. Said that to say that I really didn't like the van episode last week, and I really really liked the fucking Teddy Jenkins, whatever his name was, Teddy Perkins. Come to find out, people pointed out to me that was fucking Donald Glover. Like, Jesus Christ, man. How the fuck was that Donald Glover underneath there? Incredible performance. That dude's amazing. He's incredible. But I've also mentioned in another Atlanta reaction, like I keep seeing hate for this show on Twitter. And like one of the criticisms is they wish they would get back to the plot line and stop having their Monster of the Week type social critique episodes where they're criticizing Juneteenth or strip clubs or whatever, right? I don't know if there is a plot line. I was feeling the same way for a while, but I don't know if there is a plot line because Van just never got a job, and we never really addressed that. We had a whole story and a whole episode talking about how she got fired, and it just never got followed up on. So this is like Mad Men, and it's like Sopranos. We're getting a bunch of slice of life stories, a bunch of snapshots, but there's no overall story. It's all episodic. It's Dan Harmon, There's no continuity. They just jump into another multiverse, right? So it's like, so you're just getting an episode of the week, and there is no plot line. There is no overarching story. There is no, you look at the beginning of the series and the end of the series, this is, like Breaking Bad, you can see a clear progression. It's going a certain way, and they may take side trips, but like it's going a certain way, and it's on railroad tracks. It's getting there. There's nothing like that. This series is the epitome of enjoy the journey. It's about the journey, not the destination.